Shalom everyone, Parashat Emor and Lag Ba-Omer, Tafshin Peivav. In honor of Lag Ba-Omer, today we will discuss the personality of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai and the possible interesting connection between him and the personality of Harav Kook. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai is an exalted spiritual figure who lives above this world. In Masechet Shabbat, we learn how Rashbi and his son Rabbi Elazar spent 12 years in a cave studying Torah. Miraculously, a carob tree and a spring of water appeared by the cave, allowing them to eat and drink without engaging in any practical worldly activity. In this way, they literally fulfilled the pasuk at the beginning of Sefer Yoshua, "This book of the Torah shall not depart from your mouth, lo yamush sefer haTorah hazeh mipicha, vehagita bo yomam v'layla," and you shall study it day and night, literally. Rashbi expected that this is how all of Am Yisrael should live. According to his view, when Am Yisrael fulfills Hashem's will, Hashem will provide for their material needs, and they will be able to engage in Torah day and night. Rabbi Ishmael disagrees, maintaining that the ideal state is to combine worldly conduct, natural human activity, with deep engagement in Torah, but Rashbi aspires to a spiritual existence that rises above this world. Yet in Vayayim Shamoah, it says that Hashem will give rain, crops will grow, and Israel, Am Yisrael, will gather their grain, meaning that they will work the land to have food. Rashbi explains that this applies when Am Yisrael does not fulfill Hashem's will. But how can that be? The passage of Vayayim Shamoah begins, Vayayim Shamoah. If Am Yisrael listens to Hashem's commandments, then Hashem will give rain, and so on. They are doing Hashem's will. Some commentators explain that according to Rashbi, this refers to good Jews, good Yidden, but not to exalted individuals like Rashbi and Rabbi Elazar. Good Yidden fulfill the Torah, but they are good Jews, but they do not live on the highest spiritual plane. Rashbi seeks Bnei Aliyah, spiritually elevated individuals. There are not so many individuals like that. Rashbi says that if there are 1,000 or 100, he and his son are among them, and if there are 2, ani uvnihem, they are myself and my son. There are many good Jews, but sadly only few truly elevated ones according to Rashbi. If there were many like him, they could devote themselves entirely to Torah, and Hashem would provide for all their worldly needs. It's no wonder that Rashbi is the person who is in the center of the Zohar. When Rashbi and other sages like himself study Torah together, the Zohar describes that fire comes down from heaven and surrounds them. Can one follow both the path of Rashbi and that of Harav Kook? Does Harav Kook accept or reject Rashbi's approach? It seems that the answer lies in a remarkable synthesis within Harav Kook's personality and his teachings. Harav Kook writes in many places that we must live the Torah with both soul and body, guf u'neshama, in heaven and on earth, to settle and build the land of Am Yisrael through our own worldly actions. What then of Rashbi's approach? Harav Kook notes that the story of Rashbi in the cave takes place during a time of destruction. Even then, when Rashbi and Rabbi Elazar emerge from the cave and burn everything related to worldly activity, a heavenly voice rebukes them. Did you come out to destroy my world? In our generations, when we are rebuilding and settling the land of Israel, we must embrace both dimensions, to live in the world of action and sanctify it, and also to live in the world of spirit. Harav Kook himself possessed a deeply spiritual and elevated personality with aspects that resemble Rashbi's transcendence. Yet he did not say that everyone must be like him. He maintained deep, ongoing relationships of love, appreciation, encouragement, and support with those who engaged in building the practical life of Am Yisrael in Eretz Yisrael. Here lies a foundation for a national solution. On a public level, even if Rashbi envisions a life above this world, it's not realistic that a whole social group within Am Yisrael, whatever its worldview, certainly not the whole Am, the whole people and the state, will all be spiritually elevated like Rashbi. We must combine natural human activity in this world with Torah and spirituality. There can indeed be individuals who rise above practical reality, but they too bear responsibility towards the practical world. As we saw in the Gemara, they must not be dismissive or negative towards those engaged in worldly affairs, but rather view them with an ayin tovah, with a positive eye. Thus, the national solution is a nation that integrates spirit with action and sanctifies the world of action. And within it, there can be exceptional individuals who are uniquely spiritually elevated and at the same time, like Harav Kook, share the national responsibilities, deeply connected with a positive outlook to those engaged in the world of action, strengthening, encouraging, guiding, and appreciating them, understanding that both sides need one another. Shabbat Shalom, Lag Sameach.